All right, let's dive in. If you're shooting for a top university in China, you know the CSCA exam is a huge deal. But honestly, getting ready for it can feel like a total maze. So today, we're going to cut right through all that noise with a super clear, step-by-step study plan. Let's get to it.
You know, setting your sights on a top university in China, that's an awesome goal. But let's be real, standing between you and that acceptance letter is one major hurdle, the entrance exam. And that hurdle has a name, the CSCA, the China Scholastic Competence Assessment. This is the big standardized test that universities use to figure out if you've got what it takes for their undergraduate programs. Think of it as your ticket in. And right now, we're going to figure out exactly how to get that ticket stamped. So, here's our game plan. First, we'll break down what this exam is really all about. Then, I'm going to walk you through a detailed 4-week master plan. And hey, if you're crunched for time, don't worry, we've also got a 2-week emergency strategy. We'll wrap things up by explaining why mock tests are your secret weapon and how you can tie everything together for success.
Okay, first things first. To beat the exam, you've got to know the exam. Let's really get into the weeds and understand what you're up against.
Now this is so important to get right from the start. The CSCA is not a test where you can just memorize a bunch of facts and ace it. Not at all. It's built to test how well you understand the core concepts, how you perform under serious time pressure, and, this is key, how you stack up against every other student taking the test. It's less like a final exam and way more like a strategic competition.
So what the exam is really measuring is your grasp of the concepts, your speed, your accuracy, and at the end of the day, your rank. See, it's not enough to just get the answers right. You have to do it fast and do it accurately. Your final score is a percentile. That means if you score in the 90th percentile, you did better than 90% of all the other students. And that's the game we're learning how to play.
All right, so now we get the challenge. Let's flip the script and talk about the solution. Here's our recommended 4-week master plan designed to get you completely exam ready.
We're going to break this down into 4 clear phases. Each week has a very specific job, and each one builds on the last. We start with diagnostics and planning, then we move into strengthening your concepts, then we hit the mock test simulations, and finally, we revise and optimize everything.
Week 1 is all about building a rock-solid foundation. I know, the temptation is to just jump right into practicing problems, but trust me, that's a mistake. This first week is all about diagnosis and familiarization.
So here's your mission for week 1. Become an expert on the exam itself. You need to learn the pattern, get a feel for the timing, and take 1 diagnostic mock test for each subject. Now, the goal here is not to get a high score. The goal is to create what I call a weakness map, a clear picture of exactly where you need to focus your energy.
Okay, with your weakness map in hand, you're ready to head into week 2. This is where the real work begins, folks. It's time for some serious, focused practice to build up those weak areas you found.
Now listen up, because this is the golden rule for this week. Do not, and I repeat, do not skip analyzing your mistakes. Every single wrong answer is like a little breadcrumb, a clue that shows you exactly what the exam is testing. Here's a pro tip. Start categorizing your mistakes. Was it a careless error, a real gap in your knowledge, or did you just run out of time? Knowing why you got something wrong is the fastest way to build your accuracy. And that brings us to week 3, which is, I'd argue, the most important phase of your entire prep. This is where you go from just knowing the material to developing a real exam temperament, that killer instinct for test day. The focus this week shifts completely to full simulation. That means taking full-length mock tests under strict exam day conditions. No phone, timer on, just you and the test. And afterwards, the analysis is everything. Are you running out of time? Are you making silly mistakes when you're rushed? This is where you master the art of balancing speed and accuracy, and where you figure out your personal strategy for which questions to jump on and which ones to skip.
Finally, week 4. This week is not about cramming new topics. It's about polishing what you already know and turning all that hard work into a higher percentile rank. You'll be going over your mistakes again, really hammering those high-frequency topics and getting your mind in the zone for the big day.
But what if you don't have 4 weeks? Okay, I hear you. What if you're really short on time? Don't panic. We've got an emergency plan. Now, this is an aggressive, all-out strategy for when the clock is ticking. With only 2 weeks, you have 0 time to waste. You jump straight into mock tests to find your biggest weaknesses right away. Then you spend a week drilling only the most frequently tested topics. The last few days, it's a gauntlet of daily, full-length mock exams to build stamina and sharpen your skills. It's intense, for sure, but it's laser-focused on one thing:
getting your percentile as high as possible, as fast as possible.
You've heard me say mock tests a bunch of times, right? Well, that's on purpose. Let's just take a minute to talk about why they are the absolute cornerstone, the golden rule of any good CSCA prep. If you remember one thing from this entire explainer, let it be this. Your score doesn't just exist on its own. It's a direct comparison to every other person taking that test. And if you want to win in a comparative assessment, you have to practice comparing yourself. That's what mock tests let you do. Think of mock tests as your training ground. They let you feel the real difficulty of the exam. They force you to get better with the clock, and they seriously reduce that exam day anxiety because you've been there before. Most importantly, every single test you take and analyze is a direct investment in pushing your percentile rank higher. It's that simple.
Okay, we have covered a lot of ground. Let's pull all of this together and nail down the key takeaways that are going to put you on the path to success.
It really just boils down to these 3 things. Number 1, follow a structured plan. Whether it's the 2-week or 4-week guide, structure is your best friend. Number 2, make mock tests the absolute center of your preparation. They are your key. And 3, if you get stuck, don't be afraid to ask for help. Get expert guidance when you need it.
And there you have it, a clear, actionable strategy to go out there and master the CSCA exam. We've given you the map. The only question left is, are you ready to take that first step?